everybody. It's a wonder this video was even done this morning. I've already done one, played it back, and half of my head was missing. Now, some would say that might be a good thing, but I'm bringing this to you in unusual circumstances. I have the camera flipped the other way so I can't see what I'm recording, which is all the more fun because I'm doing this very early in the morning. Nobody's awake. It's super still, and it's the best time for me to record. Thing is, we're getting into the winter here in the UK, and there's no light. I've got no bloody light, so no light equals dim camera picture. Forgetting about the subject matter, of course, it's just like no light is the killer of video. So it won't really get properly light here for about at least another hour. But nevertheless, it's still the best time of the day for me to do a video. So hopefully, when I play this back, it'll turn out all right. If not, I'll be doing it for the third time at another location. So what I'm doing today is showing you issues number 11 to 20 of the fantastic comics imprint by Odhams, which was published in the late 60s in the UK. And without further ado, because it's bloody cold, I'm going to get straight on to it. Bear with me a tick. Okay, so issue number 11, with a cover date of 29th of April 1967. Apologies for any glare, it can't be helped, I'm so sorry. And a special special shout out to my colleague Matthew Roybal for getting a very novel idea which I would never have thought of, and putting two books into one mylar and one backing board. Saves space, presents well, easy to show. So that's issue 11, which is an older Tales of Suspense issue. Flip it over and you have a fantastic X-Men cover. That's issue number 12. Again, this is all guesswork because I can't tell what the camera's picking up as yet. So issue number 12. Issue number 13 with the Loki that I remember him as. Maniacal, pure evil oozing out of him. Not the way he's currently presented in the modern age. But no, that's how he, in my eyes, that's Loki. Maniacal, mad. Fantastic. This is a great looking issue. With a lot of these issues from the late 60s, which are printed in newsprint paper, front covers and insides, they tend to, over time, suffer from spine roll. So if you want to collect these, be warned, you'll probably have to go through several issues before you actually find one without spine roll. It's a bit of a tricky hunt. So that's issue 13. Here is issue 14, where the villain, if only one letter was taken out, would have given him a whole absurd, politically incorrect name. But today we have Eunice the Untouchable. Who thought of that in the bullpen? What a dreadful name. So, still a striking cover. Love it. It's issue 14. Issue 15. Loki and Thor at the UN. Again, another cracking example of a book. Needless to say, these are magazine-size books. Twofold problem. The thing is, there's too many of these to send in to be graded. These are begging to be graded, but there's too many in the run to do it. Would cost me an arm and a leg to do it. The only people that do magazine size slabs are CGC, and I would never send a foreign to CGC because they haven't got a foreign comic specialist. It would probably come back as fantastic printed in Sweden. So, you know, I would send them to CBCS, but unfortunately they don't do magazine size slabs. So, them's the breaks. Can't be helped, it is what it is. So it looks like for now, for the foreseeable future, these are staying as they are, I think. So, anyhow, issue 16 with a cracking cover. There we go. And once again, apologies for any glare that's coming off these books. As I've said, I can't see what I'm doing today because of lack of light. I've had to use the 1080p camera, which means it needs to be reversed. And I can't see what I'm doing, so sorry. Fantastic issue number 16. And trust me, I am not just throwing these books onto the floor, they're landing gently on a nice cushion. So I do try and look after my books. Issue number 17. Another fantastic Two Thors cover. Flip the book over. That's a very well-known cover to X-Men fans. That's Kazar, or is it Kazar, Lord of the Jungle. I think even the birds out there, Philip, are getting wet today. So another slurp of my rapidly cooling down coffee. Ah, still good though, still good. Okay. Now this is an interesting one. This is issue number 19 of Fantastic. Again taken from an early Tales of Suspense issue. Now the interesting thing is that when the US Tales of Suspense issue came out, obviously Iron Man wasn't wearing that armour. He had different armour. I think it might have even been like the tin suit type of armour. So when the UK edition came out, this particular one, several years later, what Odhams did is they redrew the armour to match the current Iron Man's armour for that time. And if I can, I'm going to try and dig up a picture of the US issue and just kind of drop it in around about now. So, interesting times. And this is the last of today's issues. This is number 20, featuring the Stranger, who always reminded me of a character from the Twilight Zone. So apologies if I speak too fast, by the way. I just get quite excited showing you these books. So, you know, sorry, but that's the way it is. I am but an Englishman. There we go, that's the last issue for today. If you like what you've seen, hit that like button. If you really like what you've seen, please subscribe. Thanks for joining me. It's been my pleasure to show you what I've got. Another 10 issue run coming up next week. Of the same Fantastics issue, I'm going to go right through them. And then after that, when I've finished in several months' time, I'll be carrying on the Odhams theme with probably the Terrifics. So, thank you everybody for joining me. I'm going to warm up now, roast up next to the fire, get my coffee nice and warm. So 2 massive pigeons just flew past. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day. So thanks for joining me again, and I'll see you on the flip side.